Hi, today's task is to write a program that print all the duplicate elements in an array. So the first line of input denotes the size of the array and the remaining line of input denotes the n elements. The elements can appear only once or twice in the array. In the output we have to print all the duplicate elements. Here we can use nested for loops for iterating over the array and comparing the elements as if they appear once or twice, and then print the value of those elements which appear twice. So the time complexity for this solution will be O of n square and the space complexity will be O of 1. So let's see how we can optimize this solution. What if our array was sorted? If our array is sorted and we know we have elements appearing only once or twice, then we can do it in less than O of n square time. Let's see how. We will use a for loop and we will check the two adjacent elements. If the elements are same, then we will print them, otherwise we will move forward. Here's the solution. We will start from index I equal to 0 and we will check for the element I and I plus 1. If element on index I and I plus 1 are same, then we will print that element. And one more thing we have to do here. If we got the same elements, then we will increase I by 1. So we are on the next new element. Then loop counter will increase the I further, so we skip the duplicate element and we are now on the new element. If we don't get the same element, we won't increase it by 1 and will continue up to length of array minus 1. So let's see this in code. Firstly, we will sort the array, then iterating over the array. If array of I equal to array of I plus 1, then we will print the element. Print array of I, and at the same time we'll increment I. Now driver code. We'll take the input from scanner class. Scanner s equal to new scanner system.in. Int n equal to sc.nextInt. N is the size of array. Int r equal to new int. We are initializing the array here. Then iterating over the for loop for taking the inputs of array elements. I equal to sc.nextInt, and then we'll call print duplicate method and we will pass array and n. Also we have to import scanner and arrays class. Both of them are in java.util package. Okay. So now compiling our code. Now running the code. Length of the array 5 and array. Yeah, so there are two duplicates, 2 and 3. Okay, let's check for one more test case. Let the length be 8. So 1, 2 and 3 are duplicate elements. Okay. Yep, so the general sorting algorithm takes O of n log n time, and for iterating over the array we need O of n time. So in this case our time complexity will be O of n log n plus n. That is O of n log n. Okay, so let's try to come in O of n time, but this might take an extra space. So let's see. The idea is similar to what we have seen in unique elements. We need to store the values of array as key and their count as value. Then we'll iterate over the map and print all the keys whose values are 2. This approach will take O of n time and O of n space, where n is the length of the array. So let's see this in code. I will comment this method and will make a new method with the same name. Here we require a hash map of integers. We'll iterate over the array. Int I equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus map dot put. Okay. The key is the array elements and its value is the number of times that key occurs in the array. So the method in map class which allows us to get count is get or default. The first argument is the key array of I and the second argument is the default value. So let it be 0 and we will increase the count by 1. And now getting the keys with the value 2. So using for loop again. In map class we has a method called entry set. So map dot entry set. This method will return us all the elements in the hash map with key and value pair. This is of type entry, so we will hold it in entry variable. Map dot entry. Entry is a generic interface, so we have to give the generic data type. Here we have integer and the variable entry. Okay. And then we will check for a value equal to 2. If entry dot get value equal to 2, because we need duplicates, then we will print the corresponding key, that is entry dot get key. Okay, looks good. We have to import hash map and map class both in the util package. Okay, so that's it. Now let's run the code. First compile it. Now let's run it. Length of array is 7 and enter the array. 1 2 3 4 2 4 5. So 2 and 4. Okay. Here we have two duplicates, that is 2 and 4. So we are getting the desired output. You can check for more test cases. Okay. So here's the variant of this problem. We have to write a program to print all the duplicate elements in an array, but the condition here is that the length of the array is n and the elements in the array are from 0 to n minus 1. Okay, so for example, if our n is 6, then we have elements from 0 to 5 in the array. Okay, so it can be 1 2 5 2 1 4 and it can't be 1 5 6 4 3 2 1, something like that. Okay, so note this point, length of the array is n and the elements in the array are from 0 to n minus 1. Okay, this is strict rule. So how will you do this in O of n time and using O of 1 space? Here you are not allowed to use hash map. Okay, so try this problem using the array itself as the hash map. Also, I have given you a problem to solve in the last lecture. The problem was that you have given an array with all the elements occurring twice except for one. This is the lonely integer. I also told you that bit manipulation can help. So let's see the solution. You might have learned about XOR or exclusive OR gate. This gate gives us true when the number of true inputs is odd. This means for 0 0 we will get 0, for 0 1 we will get 1, for 1 0 we will get 1, and for 1 1 we will get 0. 0 represents false and 1 represents true. Okay, so in a nutshell we will get 0 if all the input values are same, and if we do XOR of some number with 0 then we will get that number only. Here we have the array of numbers occurring twice except for 1, so we will do XOR of these numbers with each other. So the XOR of the duplicates number will be 0, like 1 and 1 will be 0, and 2 and 2 will be 0, then 3 and 3 will be 0, and then 9 and 9 will be 0, leaving 6 behind. Okay, XOR of 0 with lonely integer will return us that lonely integer. Okay, so let's see the code. This is actually the problem of HackerRank, so we will see this in HackerRank only. Okay, so here's the problem. You can read the problem description. It is the same what I told you. Okay, let's solve this in Java. We'll make a variable for holding XOR values. So let's say int we will initialize this value with 0 because XOR of 0 with some value will be that value only. Okay, now using for loop int and array. Okay, and answer XOR equal to n, and this will return us answer. Let's run the test cases. Yeah, so sample test cases are passed. Now let's try to submit our code, and here we go. So all the test cases are passed. So that's it. You can try more problems from this website, HackerRank and LeetCode. These two websites are amazing for solving these types of problems. Okay, so that's it for today. We'll see more problems in the next lecture. Thank you.